Hi everyone, it's Fantayzia and welcome to another mod showcase video. So today I'm going over mods that are must-haves for new players. So these are going to be the mods that I feel like you should start with. So there are so many more mods that I feel like new players should get their hands on because there's so many good ones. I just recently did a video on showing all my mods that I always have, like my must-haves no matter what. So definitely recommend checking out that if you're a new player too. It's super recent on my channel. I also did like a small mods video recently, but today I'm just going to be showing you guys the ones that I feel like will really help you out as a new player when it comes to like, convenience and, just making things a little bit better for you and getting rid of some annoyances. That type of stuff. So the first one we're gonna go over is the extra trait slot mod. Well, it's just called like more traits in cast. So you can see here she has more trait slots than you probably see in your game if you don't have this mod, and it's just nice. It's just nice. You can give your Sims more personality this way, and I think it's just a must-have for any beginners to The Sims 4, honestly, because I feel like, I don't know, me personally, I remember even from the start I always felt like there wasn't enough trait slots as a brand new player. I was like, I need to give my Sim more personality. And then going along with that, so you have your more trait slots, that's great. Then you feel like the traits are kind of lacking. I feel like you just get over them very quickly. Even if you're a new player, sometimes you feel like there's just not enough traits that give real personality. So with that, you need the 100 traits mod. So that's why you see like all of these traits here. There is just so many. Like, it's insane of how many there is. So this is literally just one download and you get 100 traits, or I think it's like 100 plus. Now there's nothing in the hobby or the lifestyle, but there is also some in social, and I love the ones in here. This kind of will just like, if your Sim is appealing looking, romantic interest nearby, get happy when seeing an appealing Sim in everyday's slash nude. So, that's funny. My favorite are the traits in emotional. I just feel like they're so good. So, you could go and make your Sim emotional, and you can also, do something like, what else is just like interesting? Actually, I totally feel like we should do sensitive, but it doesn't matter for this video. There's also like unpredictable. You could do timid. I don't know. There's also tender, which I think is really cute. I love them all. They're just so good. So I feel like that is definitely a must have for new players. It'll definitely add more to your game. It'll make it easier to create Sims, and you can probably think of a story easier as well. So next up is more columns. This is another one that I feel like is just purely convenience. So when you're making a Sim, you only have 2 columns. It's super inconvenient. And then especially if you're getting into like CC, you're going to be scrolling for freaking ever. I have a pretty new mods folder right now, so I don't have as much CC, but like it's already starting to build up, but like if you are being a CC hoarder, like I usually am, usually this is way longer. Okay. It adds up fast, and then it's just like if you only have 2 columns, like it just feels like you're scrolling forever. This is so nice. You can choose what you want. I usually go for the 4 columns. I feel like it's like the perfect in between. Next up is the no EA eyelashes. Again, purely convenience. If you're trying to do your Sims makeup and they have this big block eyelash, it's just, I don't know. All I know is, as a new player, I know you'd be wanting this, because when I literally played the Sims 4 Create a Sim demo, like the game wasn't even out yet, I was so beyond irritated with the block eyelash. Like, it was driving me nuts. I feel like it was ruining all my makeup looks. I couldn't get them to look how I want them to look. I just couldn't make my vision come to life. So this is like honestly the best thing ever. See how there's no block eyelash? Now some eyes just like don't have the block eyelash, but a lot of them do. You can see here she's literally wearing an eye set that has a big block eyelash, but it's not there. And instead she has these nice eyelashes on. So that leads me to my next one. This is more like CC than a mod, but like I'm considering it a mod just because like honestly it has so much importance to me that to me it feels like a mod, and that's the Kajiko eyelashes. I'm obsessed. So you can download these either for skin details or you can put it in accessories. When you go to the website, you'll see all the options, but guys, so nice to have all these. Like, and you have real eyelashes. I just love them. They might look a little different here and there depending on like what your Sim's eye shape is. I really liked these ones that are more pointed down for my Sim here. I don't even know which one she was wearing, but it honestly doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just a must have for me. I feel like it's definitely a need for new players. If the Kajiko eyelashes were out like right away when the Create a Sim demo came out, I would have grabbed them. So next up is default skin. I don't know if you guys can really tell. I mean, if you look at your game right now and you don't have default skin and then you look at mine, you can probably tell the difference. Also, this is like what it looks like without my G shade preset on. I don't know, the skin just looks a little better, but it also doesn't look like unrecognizable. Oh, another thing, guys, I do feel like either reshade or G-shade is seriously highly recommended for new players, just because look at the difference there. However, that's not like considered Sims mods or custom content, so I'm not going to talk about it today, but definitely look up like reshade tutorials or G-shade. And if you like the way my game looks, I'm using my own G-shade preset. I made a preset called Serenity, and it can be found on my Patreon for completely free. My Patreon's linked down below. It's just patreon.com/fantayzia. So yeah, it's there to download for free. And then Ocean Sims actually has an amazing G-shade tutorial on her channel that's super easy to follow. She actually is the one who got me to switch from reshade to G-shade, and I followed her tutorial, so that was great. It'll make your game look so much better. I'm just not including it because it's not like an actual Sims 4 mod. You can basically use G-shade for like a bunch of different games. It's just like basically is a program that changes the way games look with like lighting and shadowing and all that. So anyways, back to what we were talking about. I can't really show you the default skin because these are just like add-on skins. They're not defaults. So you can like click on them, but the default skin is just kind of there. Like it's just automatically, like when you first download a default skin, you'll definitely notice the difference. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one is just, it doesn't change their face too much. Like it makes them look how they would look without it, but it's just like, I don't know, it's nice. It just looks more satisfying to me. And then same with the eyes. So the next one I'm going to mention is default eyes. I feel like this is a must-have as well. Again, I can't take these off and show you the difference between the default eyes like in the game compared to like the CC default eyes. But you know, I'm sure you can tell the difference. I just feel like it looks so much better if you have like the no EA eyelashes and then the Kajiko eyelashes. It looks more realistic. And then you have these eyes here. So good. I do have a couple, like one of these are my default and then one is just like custom contacts. However, I think both have a default and a non-default option. I do have a few eyes here. So whatever ones I link are the ones that are like my defaults. But I mean, you can look for any defaults you want and, you know, go from there. A lot of eyes have the default option. I'm pretty sure all of these have a default option. So yeah, I do have a couple different eyes here you can see, but like, yeah, my default ones are just my favorite. So anyways, that's that. Next up is the Create a Sim background. There is some mods out of Create a Sim, don't worry. There's just like a whole bunch in Create a Sim first because I don't know, I feel like it's so important. This is how like you start your game and you want to start it off with like a good experience. So I just have a solid Create a Sim background by Jen X Urban Sims X, and I love it. It's just perfect. It's like a pastel-y pink. Here's what it looks like again without my G-shade preset. So it's slightly darker, but yeah, I just love this. And you can get tons of different ones. So you don't have to get a plain one. Honestly, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I probably would have a super fancy one. So definitely look around. I'm going to link the one I have, of course, but there is ones that look like actual rooms and I'm obsessed with that. Like honestly, ideally, that's what I would choose. I did have one that looked like a room in the background with like a mirror and stuff. So it looks like you're like in their closet, you know, getting them ready. I love that idea. But because I do YouTube, it's a lot easier to like take thumbnail photos in here, and I take thumbnail photos in here all the time. You can just type up The Sims 4 Create a Sim backgrounds and you'll find like so many. So the next one we'll go ahead and probably see in just a minute here. Okay, so this is my loading screen background. So I made this one myself. This is my Sim here Elodie. So you can make one yourself. There's tutorials if you want to do that, but as a new player, I'm gonna assume that you don't want to do that. But yeah, we're done loading here, but you guys saw it there. It just makes the loading screen look better. You can get whatever you want. Again, if you just type in on Google The Sims 4 loading screens, you will come across like so many. So mine is available for download, so I will link that one, but it's completely free as well. But if you do want like, you know, something totally different, you'll probably find it. There is just so many out there and I feel like it's a must have. Next up is MC Command Center. So this is like finally an actual like mod. And I mean, they're all mods, but like, you know, this is going to change your gameplay a lot. So MC Command Center, I feel like I've showed so many times on my channel. I promise you guys, it is such a must have. So when you click on your Sims computer, you'll see MC Command Center. You can also click on them, but you get the most options when you go to MC Command Center on the computer. So you can go to MCC settings, MC CAS. You might be thinking, what the heck is all this if you're a new player? There's also an MC Command Center extension, which is MC Woohoo, which adds a lot of stuff. Nothing like inappropriate, but basically, let me show you guys. So Woohoo actions you can do, well, I mean, some things I don't know if you'll do, but it's an option. So you can do allow teens. So if you want like a teen pregnancy storyline, you can do that. You can do allow polygamy. You can do no strings Woohoo. woohoo, which is great if you like want your sim to like hook up one night and they end up pregnant unexpectedly. You know, that's a great storyline. Yeah, you can do a lot of things. Allow try for baby for elder. You can do pregnancy, risky woohoo percent. So this makes it so like when you click on the bed, say you don't want to specifically try for a baby, you kind of want your sim to maybe get pregnant by surprise, like, you know, and you're surprised by it yourself. You don't know what's going to happen. You can turn this on. You can also choose the percentage. I just have it on 10 because honestly, you'd be surprised at how risky the risky woohoo is. I used to have it on 50 and it was just way too much. Like, yeah. So I put it on 10. So yeah, then you can actually just click woohoo instead of try for baby and still have a chance of being pregnant. But you can also do try for baby percentage. So if you want to like specifically have your sims be trying, you don't want it to be guaranteed, you can do try for baby percent. You can lower it. There's all of that. And then, so there's so much stuff here, guys. There's just so much. You can even turn on autosave. You know, sometimes the Sims 4 can crash. So you can have it autosave every certain amount of time. There's gameplay settings. There's so many things here. You can even change the game time speed. So if you're a new player and you feel like your Sims days are flying by and you don't have enough time to do everything you want to do, you can change the game like speed time. You know, by default, it's on 25. You can change this. You can make it go, you can put it up more. And then basically the Sims time will just go slower. So you'll have more time to do things with your Sims through the day. So you can also change the maximum household size. So this is another one that I feel like is really good for new players, especially if you enjoy playing with big families. I have mine set to 12 currently. Usually the default value for Sims households is 8. That's the limit, and then you can't add anyone else. So you can go up to 104. This used to be lower, but like, yeah, now it's 104. And I just have mine on 12 because I feel like that's perfect. So there's that. There's also like, of course, a whole bunch of other stuff here. There is so many things. So money setting, you can allow the child to pay bills. You can do child support. So you can literally set that up. Inheritance. Like there's so much things here, guys. But like, yeah, child support. Let's say 2 Sims had a kid. They're not together anymore. Then they can pay child support and your sim will automatically just be given money once a week. So that's really cool. Yeah, there's so much things here. I could like go on about this forever. I don't even know like what else to go into with you guys. Like there's different adoption settings, there's neighborhood story settings. It just allows you to control everything in the game, guys, basically. So that's really cool. So that's MC Command Center. There's way more, I promise, that you can do with that. You can do like anything and everything. And then last but not least is UI cheats. So again, this is like a convenience mod. So let's say your sim is feeling sad and you're like, screw that. You can right click and it will just go away. Now with this one, it might come back because she's on her period. Oh, now she's feeling aroused. Okay. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so there's more than you can just do with that. So say they feel a negative moodlet that you're not vibing with, or you feel like it shouldn't happen, you can just right click that off. And then another thing is you can right click on the weather and then change it to whatever you want. And then you can also right click on the time, change the time. Be careful with this. Your Sims might like, basically if you jump the time, they might all kind of get stuck. And then all you have to do is turn cheats on, turn testing cheats on, and then shift click, and then you go ahead and reset object and it'll reset them all. Do that to every sim and then you'll be good to go. So if you ever have to skip the time for some reason, then yeah, you can do that. And then something that I feel like is the most helpful for new players. So you might be overwhelmed with the needs because it could be a lot when you first start playing, you know, especially if you're playing with the whole family. So this is great. Say you're doing something with your Sims and you're like, oh my God, this is so annoying. They need to take a shower and we're at the cafe, for example. You can just click it and it will just put it all the way up. So yeah, that's really great with that. There's just so many things you can click on with this. Like we can click here and change their relationship. There's so many things you could do with it. So I just feel like that's a must have for new players. It's definitely convenient, mainly for the needs thing. I feel like if you're starting out, you know, that might be really helpful for you. So that's actually it, you guys. I feel like when it comes to like must have mods for new players, they're definitely pretty basic, but that's the point, you know, because it's for new players. So yeah, if you guys are like a new player, but you've already kind of like gotten a little bit of experience and now you're looking for more like gameplay mods that add more things, then definitely check out a video I did recently. Like I mentioned, I did like this video on my must-have mods that always need to stay in my game. I do show a couple of the ones that I talked about today, but I also show like actual gameplay mods and fun stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought this would be nice. So if there's any other videos you want to see for like new players or anything, definitely comment down below. If there's any other mod type of videos you want to see, let me know. If there's any new mods that have come out and you want me to review them, go ahead and comment the mod down below. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys are all having an amazing day, and don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys also so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.